Vigilo is out, one of the most important events we have ever had so far. It provided us with a lot of knowledge about the past, the present and the future of Rhodes Island. Its, in my opinion, most important information though revolves around you, the Doctor, our lovely protagonist. And what better way to present the information on him than in the form of a list, nicely grouped up and easily digestible. And with that, welcome to this video. Let's get started. 1. The AntiChat. The Doctor's current physical shape is far from optimal. In the space story, we can see him get tired from just walking on a slightly elevated surface. This is most likely not something we will be able to fix by hitting the gym though. Being in cryostasis for a couple of years just has taken a toll on his body. Who would have thought of that? In order to keep his body functional, the Doctor needs to wear the suit and mask you can always see him wear, he has to take special medication, and he has to keep to a strict diet, only eating food Kazet chooses. Kazet is the one responsible for his recovery. According to her, the Doctor used to be way more knowledgeable when it came to how to preserve himself, yet because of the Doctor's memory loss, she is the only one who can look after his health. 2. Amnesia. Or not. The Doctor's memory loss is very special. In the first couple of weeks after his return to Rhodes Island, Kazet has scanned his brain 7 times in total, and every single time the results were absolutely unproblematic. The Doctor has a healthy brain. Kazet was the one who originally wanted to scan his brain that often. In her opinion, it was pretty sus that he lost his memory during his time in the sarcophagus. According to her, that machine was not supposed to have that forgetting effect. But forgetting might not be the perfect term to describe the Doctor's amnesia. A better way of putting it is locked away. Everything seems to still be in his head, he just can't access it freely. Those memories are slowly but steadily returning though. This especially applies to the procedural memory, to actual facts and knowledge that can be applied to a situation. In Vigilo we are presented with how that works. On multiple occasions, the knowledge the Doctor needs to solve a situation just pops into his head, and he applies it as if he had never forgotten it to begin with. Be it the correct way to lift up a patient from his bed, or which wild veggies are edible if cooked. Number 3. Big Brain. The Doctor's skills are absolutely insane. From the outside, his strategies might often seem rather unorthodox, if not completely reckless. Closure and PRTS agree on that, yet usually those insane strategies are the result of brilliant calculations. Vigilo gives us an example for that. In the Memoria story, Rhodes Island encountered a sudden sandstorm-like catastrophe. Faced with this situation, the Doctor suddenly remembered a formula he created pre-amnesia. He ordered the landship to drive right into the sandstorm, and while they were pretty much blind, he used the formula to calculate how to perfectly navigate through it, and Rhodes Island ended up with no losses and barely any damage. His calculations were so perfect that the operators present called them almost prophetic. That's most likely not the actual case, but it should give you an idea for how insane he is. Number 4. Big Brain 2. Point 3 probably should have already made it very clear, but I want to put a special emphasis on it. The Doctor is incredibly knowledgeable and insanely competent, he just knows how to put knowledge to use. Be it originium and catastrophes, or something completely mundane. Apparently, he has a great interest in pretty much everything. He seems to actively look for new things to learn, be it trying to understand the research done by our operators, or to find the true purpose of a big red box found by Ace and Scout. Dr. Grindset. Number 5. Workaholic. Both post and pre-amnesia, the Doctor is an absolute workaholic. In the first weeks of him getting to Rhodes Island, he has taken over the staffing of multiple departments. He is constantly observing the work done by the operators, taking notes and figuring out ways to improve everything. On top of that, he is constantly reading a vast variety of literature, even when his brain is getting scanned by Kazet. He is working so relentlessly that her and Amia had to trick him into taking a day off, as we could see in the Valorum story. Proper rest is necessary. All this work had a very positive effect. Dealing with all of those things makes his memory on those things recover more quickly. Number 6. Sentimental. According to Kazet, post-amnesia Doctor shows his sentimental side every now and then, something pre-amnesia Doctor didn't really do. I kinda disagree with Mami here. In Vigilo we are presented with two specific situations during which the Doctor presented a level of compassion and understanding that's really interesting. I briefly want to talk about them. In the first one, the Doctor gets attacked by a Babel member who turned out to be a traitor. The guy claims that the Doctor is a smooth talker influencing Queen Theresa. Scout enters the scene and saves the Doctor, but he stops him from killing the traitor. When everyone gets together to decide on how to deal with him, the Doctor is the only one who objects to treat him as military law demands it. He says that the traitor does not actually hate him, he has just lost his faith in Queen Theresa and her vision and needed somebody to blame for it. Since it is Queen Theresa's vision to grant her people freedom, she should just let him walk away, so that he can find something else to put his faith into. Maybe he will even regain his faith in Theresa. The other case revolves around Scout. Scout tried to pursue a group of enemies, but ended up getting ambushed himself. The Doctor says that since Scout's unit retreated in an orderly fashion and suffered no losses, the operation shouldn't be seen as a failure. Scout deserves recognition, not punishment. He does not really understand, but he also does not care that much. He instead asks about the state of someone called Reika, who apparently was in danger until recently. Scout demands that Reika also will not be punished. The Doctor asks a couple of questions about why he cares so much about her. He seems like he is genuinely trying to understand why this operator is so serious about what happens to that other operator. It takes a while until the Doctor understands. He puts his hand on his shoulder and tells him that no one will be punished. He just asks Scout to start caring about himself just as much as he does about others like Reika. Those two cases were very interesting. The Doctor went out of his way to understand their thoughts and emotions and made decisions respecting their thoughts and emotions, even when, as he said himself, those decisions might have negative side effects. And that's kinda cute. Number 7. Kazet. Kazet has been mentioned very often so far in this video, hasn't she? The Doctor and Kazet have a very deep relation with each other, and I'm not talking about that whole ex-wife meme or anything in that regard. They have just known each other for a very long time. In fact, they have known each other for longer than Kazet has known Theresa. Number 8. Trust and Hope. It was interesting to see the way the Doctor was perceived during the Babel times. With him around, everybody always got this feeling that the current hardships will be overcome, the reassurance that things will work out. The times during which the Doctor was gone were very grim, although him not being there definitely wasn't the only reason for that. However, when Amia made the decision to bring change to Rhodes Island, she decided that they should do that by rescuing the Doctor. PRTS made a ton of simulations on how to possibly get the Doctor out of Chernobog, and out of all the situations, only 2 were successful. The actual operation was based on those 2 successes. The losses Rhodes Island suffered during that actual operation were 3 times as heavy as expected. PRTS said that if this operation was a simulation, it would have been called a failure and called off. But they went through with it. It was a very mad gamble, but in the end, it definitely has paid off for Rhodes Island. Everybody seems to agree to that. According to Closure, Amia definitely was right. Rhodes Island needed the Doctor. Number 9. Doubts. While we have already talked about the Doctor's physical state, we also have to talk about the mental state. According to Kazet, there have been a few fluctuations lately, which makes sense. He woke up, was told to command an army, and then had to experience the disgusting brutality of the reunion arc. In Vigilo, he asks himself, was it all worth it? His situation at Rhodes Island does not really help either. Everything there feels strange, yet nostalgic. Many people still remember him as the person he was pre-amnesia, yet he has no idea who that person was. Most of the people there gave him a very warm welcome, yet he doesn't know whether he truly deserves that welcome. Those are the thoughts currently going through the Doctor's head. Kazet said that she will be monitoring his mental state. Number 10. This picture. the Doctor and Priestess, both wearing clothes with the Rhodes Island logo, staring off into the distance. In Vigilo, we can see the Doctor actively approach PRTS and ask about who Priestess is. The interesting thing is, as we established earlier, the Doctor's memories actively return as he does things. However, with Priestess, he actively goes out of his way to do some research. Sadly, no one really wants to give him an answer, which is bad. I really hope that we will get more of Priestess soon. And I think we are done. I think that was everything I wanted to say. Vigilo was an insane event. There were so many moments, so many moments, so many what moments. I had an incredible time reading it. It was really a ton of fun. The scene in which the picture of the Doctor and Priestess was presented was my by far most favorite scene, with the autoplay that activated on its own and couldn't be turned off and everything. It was so sick. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope this video helped with making all the stuff from the event more digestible, because there was a ton of it. There is a reason this video took so long to come out. Now, let me thank my wonderful channel supporters and operators, and my amazing channel commanders: Ankoku, Azriel, Sessif, Chris, Daniel Henriquez, Demoboy125, Erwin Heckler, Eisel, Heiligkeit, Longo, LWKY, Written, and Zephyrinix. Thanks a lot for your support, guys, and to you, thanks for watching. And I hope I will see you next time. Cheers!